I'll be showing y'all how to make or how to replicate parts because this rocking chair is broken, and instead of throwing it out, we'll fix it. We'll teach you how to do that. Is choosing your wood. You generally want to avoid something like pine. This is some redwood, still pretty soft, but best you can get. Then you're going to want to find a section that doesn't have knots that's big enough for your part. So once you found a spot that you like, you're going to trim the board down to scale for what you're working on. Alright, so next up you're going to trace it. Be sure to line up the grain as best as you can. So this horizontal. Alright, now that you have your part traced, it's going to be time for large stock removal. You can use hand tools for this, but I would recommend using a jigsaw. If you don't have one, just get a saw, cut grooves about ½ inch away from the bottom, and then get something like a hammer and knock it out this way. That saw mark will help it bend so you can then snap it off. Alright, so sorry, it's a different time of day. We have it traced out in darker marker. It's already all cut out. Next up, I'm gonna have to take off this little edge so that it's about the right shape. So for that, I'll be using a tool called a draw knife. You can use whatever you want as long as it gets it down to that line. I just like this because it removes a lot of material quickly. After you've shaped it, you use a spoke shave or something to get it nice and smooth. Adjust it to the thickness you need, and then compare it to your model to make sure that it fits. And then we're good with that step. So once it's all shaped and sanded, you're on to the next steps of final sanding and then trying to drill out the holes for it. In my case, since it's a rocking chair and the pins go out, I can't directly drill it, so I'll have to take off the bottom. Depending on what you're repairing though, you might not have to do that. So, yeah, you just gotta drill holes, finish sanding. In my case, I'm gonna have to stain it, but yeah. We're done with that step. So after you've done all of that, you're gonna drill holes. Make sure to mark what angle you want the holes at before you actually drill them. And also make sure you use the right kind of drill bit. I used the wrong kind. I ended up drilling through and off center, so I had to do a lot of shimming. Other than that, you put it back. If you are doing a rocking chair, you're gonna have to take this whole segment apart. Then you're gonna put these in first. You want this to be put on midway through. So once these are in halfway, you put this in. Then after that, you just pound this on. Have a little chip that I have to glue back in. Not unexpected for a chair at this age, but yeah. Next step, this should hopefully be back on that. All right, so we've got all the stuff put together. The leg fits well. It rocks. Yeah. That's how you fix a rocking chair leg, or really any piece of furniture. Doodles. Forgot to mention in the repair, when I was working on that other side, when I tested the rocking, this little seam, because these are several pieces of wood glued together, this little seam popped open. So you fill that with glue if you can. If it's not disconnected, just fill that little crack with glue, and then get a few finishing nails, drive them in like 2 to 3 millimeters if you can, deeper than the edge surface of the wood. Just make sure it doesn't scratch anything. Or you can fill it in with wood paste. Yeah, there were troubles, but it's all good now. And yeah, have a good one. Comment if you want. If you have questions, you can leave a comment. Subscribe if you like random stuff that I upload. Yeah. Goodbye. Have a good day.